Hi there guys, good morning. It's a beautiful day here today. I hope it's a beautiful day where you are. Look, I just wanted to cover a few things today because we've been getting a bit of feedback about the event. It's been fantastic and we've got a number of seats, huge amount of seats gone. But there's been some feedback coming through and I just thought it's about time I debunked a few things about magazines because we've all got a perception or an idea of what a magazine is, and the magazine marketing machine, whilst it is a magazine in some respects, really isn't all about a magazine. So I've got 5 myths for you that have been coming up that I wanted to debunk today and just put it out in the open so that you really understand the magnitude of what this magazine marketing machine can do for your business. So the first one is that the magazine's old school, that's such an old-fashioned thing. Don't you know that there's all these magazines closing and that, you know, it's so old school. What are you doing? You're going backwards. Well, in the traditional sense of a magazine being on a newsagent or in a shop and you picking it up and buying it, sure, definitely. Magazines are in decline. You know, I've got tons of friends that are now looking for jobs, really talented editors and journalists looking for jobs because their magazine has gone, closed. But this is not a traditional magazine. We're not talking about just simply a magazine. The magazine is the system or a little bit of a tool that we use within this system to create some seriously powerful things for your business, promotion, publicity, positioning, profile, and ultimately profit. So in traditional sense, absolutely agree with you. Magazines are a little bit old school, but the way we're using a magazine is completely different. We're turning it on its head, and it's really, really super powerful. Now, what's my next one? Too hard. Oh, are you kidding me? It is too hard. I can't do a magazine. Oh my goodness. That one comes up a lot. I get the look and the roll of the eyes like, Robin, you've got to be dreaming. You're an expert. It's easy for you. Well, that's the kicker. I've taken what a traditional magazine, the old boring style, taken it in, looked at it, and the whole reason we've developed this magazine marketing machine is because we know how hard it is in business with all of these wonderful things now we can do like blogs and websites and Facebook and social, and it's overwhelming. One of our clients has just said to me, this has taken all of my pain away. I now know how I can use a magazine to do all these things for me. So if you have the ability to either write a blog or even simply type up an email. If you have the skill set to be able to type an email, then you're able to do the magazine marketing machine. Believe me. Come along and watch how we show you how to simply do this magazine marketing machine system if you're able to type an email. You could probably even just write one and put it in the post if you wanted to. But if you can type, either just put a few words together in an email, then you have the ability to put this magazine marketing machine into your business. What's next? I already have a blog. Why would I want a magazine? I've already got a blog. Well, you and everybody else. The stats that I've written down this morning that I checked, I'd looked at them quite some time ago and looked them up before I jumped on the live to chat to you, was that there are 440 million blogs out there, and that's just been what's been tracked by Tumblr and WordPress. So 440 million blogs, whereas for digital publishing, it's in the tens of thousands. So and that's magazine publishing. So yes, it's great to have a blog. Awesome. Not saying there's anything wrong with a blog, but if you want to separate yourself from the competition, you want to get noticed, and you want to really leverage the power of every word that you type, then a magazine marketing machine is completely putting a blog on steroids and beyond. So that's one of the other myths, that, I already have a blog, why would I bother? What was next that came up? Why would anyone read it? People aren't going to read my magazine. How is it going to get noticed? Well, that's the beautiful thing about this magazine marketing machine, that it's not just we create this magazine and we plop it online and we go, okay, good, and we sit back and wait. It's a marketing machine. I've taken more than 20 years of magazine publishing experience, plus on top of that, 15 years of magazine experience. You see, my job in magazines wasn't to be the glamorous editor walking up the hallway. My job was in the trenches trying to get magazines read. So my job was to make sure, and this is long before we had the amazing tools we have available now in digital, online media. This was when we were literally getting you to pick a magazine up at a newsagent. It was hard graft, there was tons and tons of magazines on the shelf and we had to do whatever we could to get them read. So I've combined all of those years of experience in publishing, plus all of my years with marketing experience, and we now know how to make this magazine have tentacles that goes out far beyond when the magazine is published. So, each article that we produces over approximately over 100 different content pieces. So, it's not just traditional magazine. These pages aren't static and they're not dead in the water as soon as we publish them. We take these and we use them as a marketing tool, hence the name Magazine Marketing Machine. It's a tongue twister, but it genuinely is a magazine marketing machine. The last one that's been coming up a little bit for people is, I'm a nobody. How can I possibly be an editor? So it was interesting. I looked up the definition of editor this morning, and it was determines the final content of a newspaper or a magazine. So really that's what an editor does. In its traditional sense, some editors are more involved, but the editor that we're talking about and making you the editor of your own magazine is you're pulling together really great content and putting it together in the pages of a magazine. You're deciding what your customer / avatar / persona wants to read and what's going to get the most cut through, with some help and guidance, and we'll talk to you about that if you come along to our event. We'll show you how you can become that editor, that curator of content to bring everything together so that your content gets read and you position yourself as an industry leader, a thought leader, and an authority in your marketplace. So forget about but I can't really even, write a very good sentence, or, that's fine. There are people out there that are really good at that. As I said to you earlier, if you're able to write an email or type an email, then you have the ability to put a magazine together. So really quickly now, the first one of the myths that I was busting was it's old school and it's in a traditional, it's old school. It's old school, it's boring. Why the hell would I do a magazine? Well, we've debunked that. It's not a traditional magazine. We're not asking you to go out and pound the pavement and sell advertising into your magazine. You can if you want to, but this isn't the model we're talking about. It's too hard. Well, I think I've covered that a few times now. If you can type an email, you can put together this magazine. It's that simple. 3, I already have a blog. As we've said, you and all the 440 million that have been counted out there also have a blog. So if you want to elevate yourself and separate yourself from the competition, then I suggest you come and you listen to what we've got to say about this magazine marketing machine. People won't read it. Well, yes, they may not. If we just plop a magazine together and we just put it out onto one of the digital marketing platforms and hope that people read it. But we take the magazine and we turn it into a marketing machine. So we show you how to spread. As I said, most of our articles turn into at least 100 ways that we can reach out to the market. So again, you will get it read. The magazine will get read, and I'm a nobody. Why should anyone listen to me? Well, I've told you that an editor is someone that pulls everything together. They pull all the content in and they decide what's the best thing to include in the magazine. So I really wanted to do this Facebook Live today. I'm being a bit hard-hitting and a little bit punchy, but what I wanted to make you understand, if you're out there and you're thinking about popping along to our event, is that this is for anybody. Anyone can do this. If you just know the skills and you've got the system, then you really truly can use a magazine to leverage your business. It pulls everything together. All of your social media, your blogs, your website, everything. It's a lovely tool that encapsulates all of it, and then it helps to feed the beasts, as I like to say. So I hope you have a fabulous Friday. If you would like to come along to the event, the links but below this live. It's the 20th to the 22nd of July on the Gold Coast. We've got a number of seats to go, but not many. So I think, I don't know the number, to be honest, but they are going fast. I'm getting all the registrations, so they are going fast. But I did do this live today knowing that there were still seats available. So quickly get on and book your ticket. I really look forward to seeing you there.